I'm Alexis Gerred and you're watching Entertainment Focus. No, not at all, no, it's been rubbish, but this week has been amazing, so just in time for this interview. Well, Plug in the Lead is like a one-night rock concert at Leicester Square Theatre, and all the profits go to St Christopher's Hospice. Basically, in the year 2010, my uncle died of cancer, and it was really devastating for the whole of my family, not least for my auntie and her two young kids. When I was in Dreamboats and Petticoats at the time at the Playhouse Theatre, and I really wanted to help, so I sent some money off to a charity of her choice, and that was it, St Christopher's Hospice. She was very insistent about that. So now I find myself in a bit of a position where I have a bit of time. I've made some wonderful friends in and around the West End. I really thought it was time to do a one-night thing and raise a few £1,000s or whatever people can, give and donate for this wonderful charity that means so much to me. Yeah, I've got a great lineup of people, and what's really fortunate about that is most of them are just friends that are helping out. None of them get paid. So people like Paul Gambaccini, who's hosting, who's obviously like a world-renowned music journalist, he's given up his time to do this. He's booked out of his diary, and I'm so chuffed by that. I've got Tony Christie, who performed with me in Dreamboats and Petticoats, who's given up his time. I've got Lucy Jones, who was on the X Factor and in Les Mis. I've got Lauren Samuels, all these people, Lorna Want, Jimmy Johnston, all these that are just, giving up their time. So I'm really thankful to all of them. Yeah.
And is there anybody that...
The lineup is always subject to change because of the unpredictability of an actor's life. They might get called to Dubai or somewhere, and have to perform to their queen or something, whatever king, whatever they've got. So I've got replacement people in mind and of the same standard, but the lineup is fixed for the moment unless something like that happens. I hope it doesn't. It's a variety of things, really. I really wanted to focus it around rock music because I'm a great lover of that. I know my auntie and uncle are great lovers of rock music, even though it's kind of they kind of like things like Cliff Richard, which isn't your traditional hard rock, but it's a genre of it. So it's going to be a one-night rock concert, much like Live Aid, but set in a theatre. I've got a great raffle going with some great prizes of VIP tickets to West End shows, VIP tickets to see Graham Norton, a VIP ticket to go see QPR Football Club against a really good team, some GHD straighteners, like things like that. So that's going to raise a load of money. And I've also got video messages from a number of different celebrities as well who couldn't make the night but were really interested in helping out. People like Tony Hadley and Pete Waterman and Paul Young. Hopefully a few others, but I don't want to spoil all of them. So yeah, it's just going to be very varied. It goes to a whole range of different rock genres, from sort of funk rock to pop rock to heavy rock to glam rock. So yeah, it's just going to be a whirlwind of great music. That's all I can say about it, really. I'm very lucky that I'm not doing it on my own. I'm co-producing this. I came up with the idea and I knew who I wanted to be involved in it, which is Paulton Hall Productions, who have won awards for shows in Edinburgh and in and around the West End. They're also very experienced in this sort of gig. So I contacted them. I've worked for them a couple of times, and they're friends of mine, and they've come on board. So the planning of this has been shared out between the two of us. Although I've got a very direct vision of how this should be, and that's driven them mad at times. It's not necessarily how they would usually do stuff. It's been shared out, but it's hard. It's really time consuming, and there's a constant worry of where people are, what people are doing, whether people can commit. So yeah, it's hard, but at least it's shared out between some two parties. We've got a great musical director as well, who I've worked with a couple of times, called Ellie Verkerk. And I couldn't think of a better person to be involved in this because she's so dedicated and just it's just the music's going to be wonderful by her being involved. So yeah, great team involved. Yeah, no, it's definitely good to have a direct vision. I have to take on people's criticisms and opinions and all this sort of stuff because I've never done this before. So all my visions might not be correct or right or possible, but I have got a certain way I wanted this to be, and at the moment it's bang on that. Whether that's what everyone wanted initially, I've really stuck to my guns, and together we've sort of found a compromise which still incorporates what my vision was. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, my family bought tickets straight away. Like they're so excited about it. My auntie, I've kept her involved the whole way through because obviously it's very personal to her. And they've had a great reaction to it. They really are looking forward to it because it's almost what I want this to be is a celebration of St Christopher's work, who obviously mean a lot to them, but also a celebration of my uncle's life. So this is very personal, not just to me, but to all of us as a collective. So they've invited their friends and all this sort of stuff, and it's going to be, yeah, they're just chuffed that I'm doing it, and it's happening really. Great. Probably not for a while. As I said, the actual building this up is a very hard and tiring and time-consuming process, and I've enjoyed every moment of it, but I'm also about to have a breakdown at any moment now. So I may do one in the future, whether it be a couple of years time or something, but I'll see how this one goes. As long as it makes enough money and it raises enough awareness, then I'm just focusing on this one. So in 2 years' time, through working in and around the West End, hopefully, I may make some new friends, which might take a different approach to a gig in a couple of years' time or something like that. But I'm very chuffed with who's working in this one for now anyway. So as I say, I'll concentrate on this one, and then depending how it goes, we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. I think St Christopher's are very keen for me to continue working alongside them because they're very excited about this gig. So we'll take this one at a time, and then we'll see what happens in a couple of years' time or something like that. If I can make them more money than I made this time, then there's no reason why I shouldn't do it. I don't know. I find this hard to answer because it's something I've wanted to do. In all honesty, I'd rather I wasn't doing it at all because I'd rather my uncle was sitting beside me now. That's the honest truth about it. But I do feel good about it, watching how my family appreciate, it happening, and the charity appreciate it, and how excited all my family are. This totally isn't about me in any shape or form. This is really about my uncle, and it's my way. I'm useless with words, as you probably can tell from this interview. This is my way of showing that I care and that I loved him very dearly, and that I want to do as much to help a cause that really helped my family. I mean, my auntie has 2 young kids that lost their dad, and one of them is my goddaughter. And St Christopher's, I mean, how do you tell 2 kids that unfortunately their daddy's died, And St Christopher's really, really helped out with this, especially when you're, dealing with grief yourself. It feels good to give something back, put it that way, especially for something I really feel passionate about. I may not do this a charity concert for another cause, put it that way. This really is because I care so much about this charity. Oh, absolutely. The whole night is a celebration of my uncle's life, the work St Christopher's do, and it's a big party. That's what I want it to be. I want people standing up, singing along to the songs. They're all well known, celebrating the life of my uncle. And if anyone else has lost someone or has survived it, I know quite a few people in the audience who have taken an interest in this gig because they've either supported someone that's unfortunately died, or have survived it themselves, or have cancer. I mean, it's such a devastating disease that's affecting too many people. I reckon 1 in 3 probably in the audience have been affected by this, maybe more, and that's a devastating statistic. Christ. Mainly things like TV. Any theatre work, that's what I've mainly been based in since Eurovision in 2010. But any theatre work that's come up I've turned down at the moment, because I'm really interested in getting into the TV side of things. I've done a couple of adverts, I'm waiting on a few things now, but that's really the option that I want to go down. If something major comes up, like the lead in We Will Rock You or Rock of Ages, my dream roles, then I'll take them, but for now I'm concentrating on TV. This is meant to be my rest, really. I did take a bit of time out at the beginning of the year because I was so knackered of doing 8 shows a week for 2 years, really. But yeah, no, I don't think I will be taking a rest. I'm eager to get back into not necessarily theatre, but taking on some challenging roles and all this sort of stuff. So I really am wanting to get out of the rest sort of period now. I feel rejuvenated, although this is about to give me, as I say, a little bit of a breakdown. I'm enjoying it, so it's not really taking out of me as if I wasn't enjoying it.